love readings for the first week of November. Sound like an airline pilot, don't they? Okay, let's do a bit of sage because we didn't do it last time. Been for a swim, so the ankles are protected. They should not be filling up with blood. At least not for 4 hours anyway. Too much sitting, not good. So yesterday I did Aries, Taurus, Gemini and Cancer. Today I'll be doing Leo, Virgo, Libra and Scorpio. Okay. I do 4 each day because they're really, really long readings. Oh, that's nice. If you're interested in personal readings, they're £18. Details are in the channel description, so you can email me at jen3585@gmail.com, or you can private message on TikTok or IG. Turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours. Doesn't have to be about love. It can be a general reading to see whatever comes out. It can be career, education and finance reading. It can be a love reading. Okay, if it's a love reading, it'll be really, really long because I like to see what I can get for you. But they're all £18 anyway. I also do like health readings, and I don't know, people ask me about business decisions and all kinds of stuff, so it does not have to be about love. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Leo's highest good. How is Leo feeling in this first week of November 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Leo's feeling first of all, please. Oh, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so Leo, you're feeling left out in the cold by someone or impoverished. Like, you know, it's a lack, it's a state of lack. Like, these are paupers, you know, like they're without. So it's a feeling of, I don't have attention, or I don't have someone's time or energy, or money. Okay. Thanks for the likes, guys. Right, we've got the Devil reversed with the Star card reversed. Now, that's a bit of a contradiction, that, because upright, well, the major arcana are for Aquarius with the Star and Capricorn with the Devil. But when they're upright, yeah, it's just like an oxymoron. It's like a contradiction in terms, because the Devil card in its own right is the Devil card is like attachment, being obsessed, being infatuated, addicted, being a whatever, a holic, you know. When it's, you see the 2 people change, you can be addicted to a person as well, can't you, or codependent on another person. They're chained to each other, and they're naked, so it's like whatever your deepest desires are, you know, like your carnal desires and whatever. Yeah, you come in seeing an Aquarius card, that's funny. The Devil reversed would be getting free from the Devil. So free from addiction, free from toxicity, free from a karmic connection, free from bad habits or obsession, codependency. It's a positive thing. But then the Star card is about healing and wish fulfillment, and that's reversed. So although the Devil reversed is positive, the Star card reversed is negative. So I'm a bit like, what the heck? Because it would make more sense if it were like this to me. It would make more sense. Do you know what I mean? Or like that, it would make more sense. But there's a lack. Maybe there's like getting free from someone toxic, but we haven't healed yet. Or we got free from toxic because it wasn't wish fulfillment. Let's get another card. We won't overthink it, because that never helps. It's definitely been a negative situation, a situation that's left you, you know, lacking. The Page of Swords. Okay, so this is spying, watching. It's like a clandestine kind of vibe, like I want to look, but I don't want to be seen looking. I want to gain knowledge. I want to do research without being seen. Okay, it's like a spying kind of vibe. So that's upright. It's weird that, isn't it? It's like, even though you're getting free from something, you got one eye on it, and that's just odd to me. Like, sometimes you want something that's not good for you. Hi everyone, welcome into the chat. Hi Apex Range. Hi Tony. Was it Tonya? Sorry if it's like two names together. Sometimes I split it wrong. It's Tonya, isn't it? I'm guessing. Totally Insane, Mr. Poole. Tonya. Sorry. I'm a teacher as well, so I just get people's names wrong constantly. That's all I do all day. Right, let's get 3 for the one that you're dealing with then, Leo. The Ace of Cups reversed, the 2 of Wands upright, and the 4 of Wands reversed. These are collective readings, guys. They're not pick a card. They're not private readings. It's not live Q&A. It's nothing like that. It's a collective reading. You watch your sign, or you watch the sign of your person, or both of those, okay? Ace of Cups reversed, 2 of Wands upright, 4... Ooh, okay. This person recognises that the love is gone. The love has gone from a connection. There's a choice that needs to be made, because a household, a public relationship, a very serious union is unstable. It could be a marriage, it could be living together. It's something very public, something very serious. Everyone's aware that you guys were a couple or are a couple, but things have become really unstable. The love has gone. And this person has a choice to make as far as they can see it. Because I'm wondering, Leo, if you kind of like can't keep away from something that's not good for you, you know? It's like you've got one eye on it. Or something's left you in a state of lack, like being without money, time, or energy. You're unhealed from it. You've got free, but you're like very watchful of that person. It's interesting. Right, I'm just going to put you hidden because you're not listening to what I'm saying. It's collective readings by zodiac sign. Okay. If you want a private reading, I will do it after the live, and it's £18. I don't interrupt lives with personal questions. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles upright. So somebody wants to make an offer. They want to invest, and they've picked who they want to invest in. It's someone that they're actively dating. Now that's quite weird to me, that the fact that that's straight after the Four of Wands reversed and a choice needs to be made and the love is gone. How can you already have your eye on someone new? How can you already not just looking at someone new, but be in active pursuit of? Because Knights are in active pursuit. Knights are in active pursuit. So I think that's really out of order, to be honest. Like, how can you know already when it looks like you're in a marriage or living with someone that you want to offer to someone else? Because it doesn't look like a rebirth of an existing connection. It looks like brand new with a Knight. It's a bit out of order. Unless this has been going on for a stupid amount of time. Yeah, the Lovers reverse. So major arcana for Gemini. When the Lovers is upright, this is two people who were divinely guided towards one another. They made a contract in the 5D, okay, to have a relationship with one another, a soul contract together. You know, Gemini is the twins. They're a perfect match, and it's a very blissful union. When it's reversed, one person is in love and the other person is not, so it's unrequited. Hi, Marge Months. The Hierophant. Okay, so that's the major arcana for Taurus. So in the outcome, someone wants to use their better judgment. The Hierophant is no longer the student, they're now the teacher, and it's through life experience. It's through what they've experienced in this lifetime. It's a lot, and they don't want other people to make the same mistakes, so they talk about and share with others. They mentor, they instruct, they guide. This is someone that's very wise. Okay, they're no longer the student. So that's in the outcome. So we're going with like what we know is the right, not the right thing to do. What's the wise thing to do? We're going with wisdom over passion. Wisdom over practicality, wisdom over emotion. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Someone does not want to be single. Or they don't have the money to be independent. Because the Nine of Pentacles, you know, this is someone that is self-sufficient. They have enough by themselves. They don't need to collaborate with anyone. They're blessed, you know, like they're abundant. You see all the pentacles. That's reversed. Nine is like a single energy. It's like, I'm single, I'm abundant. That's reversed. So someone is not independent or they don't want to be single. I mean, this person's in active pursuit, whoever this is. It looks like it could be your ex, though. I mean, in another way, this could be someone, if you're not involved with anyone, but you kind of became a bit obsessed with someone. Perhaps you're observing someone who's coming out of a living situation or marriage, and you know that they like you and they're coming towards you. I don't have the Three of Cups, which is usually what indicates a third party scenario. I don't have the Queen of Wands, which usually indicates the other man or the other woman. I don't have the Seven of Swords. So what I'm more inclined to go with is that you and another person that you were once serious with, or you've parted ways because the love is gone and they're already looking to invest elsewhere because they don't feel in love anymore. But I feel like you're watching them. Oh, thank you, Japan Derek. I finally got my voice back. Oh my goodness, it was awful the last like few weeks. I was just coughing the whole time. The Eight of Swords upright. The Eight of Swords upright is mental entrapment. It's a figment of your imagination. It's your perception that there's no way out, that you're stuck. They're very negative thoughts. You know, she seems to be physically tied up and restrained and trapped, but she isn't. Like, it's mental, that the swords are thoughts. So it's like feeling like there's no way out. It's your perception, or whoever this is. Oh, it's kind of messy. It's messy. Okay, so there's two potential narratives. This could be your ex, who you were serious with, that's already in pursuit of another person and you're spying on them. Or you're obsessed with watching someone else who's coming out of a marriage or living situation that's very, very committed, very public, but very unstable. There's a lot of mental work going on, a lot of, you know, rumination, anxiety. Let's get a no contact message from this person. I mean, they're definitely separated from whoever it is emotionally and physically because they're showing up as a knight. If they were a king or a queen or an emperor or an empress, I'd be like, I think they might still be married. If there was the Seven of Swords, I would be like, oh no, they're like going behind someone's back, or the Three of Cups, they're going behind someone's back. It looks like they are single and available. You're definitely single because you're showing up as a page, you're not showing up as a king or queen. Run away. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. Oh my god. Okay, so maybe it's the second narrative where someone is leaving a situation where the love has just gone, that contract has ended, it's just expired, and that's just how it is. And they've got their eye on you. Because it wouldn't make sense otherwise, do you know what I mean? That looks like a done and dusted Four of Wands, like very heavy commitment, marriage or living together in a house. That looks done and dusted. So it wouldn't make sense for them to be like, oh, run away with me. It wouldn't make sense, would it? So I feel like you're like a third party. Not necessarily, there wasn't necessarily an overlap, but there could have been. Hi, Mary. Hi, HR fishing. No, what is it? Fishing, is it? Tony, do you mind being a moderator? Because you're like very chatty. You don't have to, but it's just an option. Okay, so I do feel like it's the second narrative where you had your eye on someone that was coming out of a very serious commitment. There doesn't have to have been an overlap, but there could have been. They definitely, a Knight of Pentacles is not wanting to mess around. They want to commit. It's very different to a Knight of Cups. That's someone who has all the emotions, but doesn't necessarily have any kind of plan. The Knight of Wands is someone who is very horny, very passionate, spontaneous, you know, and could really be a loose cannon, not a safe bet, because they're just going with, you know, like very sexual kind of in the moment desires. A Knight of Swords, it's more like a rushed message, you know, in haste. It can be quite short and blunt, so it's not necessarily romantic. So Knight of Pentacles is really nice if you're wanting someone that's serious about you. That's what you're looking for. And that's what we've got, so... I'm just going to close the window because it's really cold. I was just letting the smell of sage out. We're coming up to the last super moon of the year. Don't ask me when exactly that is. But apparently it makes everyone go crazy. So we're halfway through the Leo reading, the collective readings by zodiac sign. So today it'll be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. And they'll be about 45 minutes to an hour long. We get right deep into it here. We excavate. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out what went on in their last relationship, because that is always helpful. Secret past. Skeletons in the closet not telling the whole story. Ooh. So it wasn't a straightforward union or marriage or living situation. There was drama. Trusted ties build rapport, believe in mutual respect, and respond with understanding. So there could have been a lack of respect one way or another. I mean, that happens when a relationship falls apart. Spirit speaks, seek wisdom and prayer, but also have an open dialogue. So poor communication between them and their person in the past. what is it that this person loves about you? Because they clearly want to, they have an intention to date, but they're serious, okay? Like, it's an intention to date with a view to it becoming a relationship where they would invest. I thought this was just lust, but I was not used to love flowing through me like this. See, they feel like they've fallen in love for real this time. You've got them, Leo. You've got them by the heart. Now, Leos tend to be good looking. They tend to be very romantic. They go on the prowl. You know, they hunt for their person. So it's very attractive. You know, people are charmed. It's very seductive. But this person wants to. Leos are very loyal as well. Very, very, like, fiercely loyal. So, you know, this has to be very appealing to you. Let's find out what else went on in their feels. Okay, so they did step outside of the marriage or living situation. Push, pull, power struggles, imbalance, stubborn. Yeah, they really didn't get along with the person that they were living with or married to. Some people stay together way too long, past when the love is gone. They stay years together, like, toxically, you know, like, what is the point? The unspoken truth. Time healed me, but it didn't erase you. The truth is more complicated than you think. Ooh, messy. It's very messy. Okay, so when's this person going to approach you? Within 3 months. Okay, so this person is going to come towards you, Leo, within 3 months. And they're serious. If you want to know, you know, what they're coming with, it's serious. Let's get some messages from this person to you. So they feel like they're in love. They want to seriously invest. I want to meet up with you. Can you accept me as I am? Let's get some advice then. Spirit, what is your advice for Leo when it comes to this connection? Yes, it's a goer. You've got the green light. Where's everyone watching from today? I always like to know that. How's this person showing up? What's their spirit animal? They're showing up as a frog. That looks like a poison frog though, doesn't it? It looks like these jungle ones that live in, like, the rainforest. Is it a poison dart frog? It's like one of those look but don't touch vibes, isn't it? Like, they're tiny and they look really non-threatening, but it could kill you. Oh my god. That's how they're showing up. No one messes with this person. Okay, advice. So within 3 months, self-worship. My hands fold as I speak to the stars, watching as the sky holds its breath. It's in stillness that I find all that I am and all of divinity within me. You know, so you've got time to kind of like, you know, be like head of the pride, be like the head of your kingdom and enjoy being admired, Leo, because this person admires you a lot. Orgasm. That's a bit much for a Sunday afternoon. Thrust your body, elevate your spirit, open the gates to your renewal. My God. I wasn't expecting that. Dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Oh my God. I love that. It seems like you are this person's a moth to the flame, you know, like you're the flame, and there's someone that is trying to go with their better judgment. I think you're trying to research this person because you don't want to be left like in a bad situation, and you recognize that you've obsessed over this person. This is what I get from the cards. Okay, it could be slightly different, but you're trying to be wise, and it does appear that this person is very much into you, like in a big way. They want to commit, they're in love with you. They actually, it's made them realise that they really didn't love their person the way that they should have, you know, when they committed to them. So, and we're all learning, let's be honest, we're all learning. As we go. A lot of things in life are not premeditated. They appear like that because it suits us to tell ourselves that kind of narrative that everyone's out to get us, that we're the victim, but really everyone's just feeling their way through, aren't they? "22 is young to not be married. Don't worry about anything." Do not worry about a thing. You can get married too soon, okay? Let it flow, let it grow. So this could be a bit of a slow builder, you know. A Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest knights, but this person is not going anywhere. They're laser focused on you, Leo. There's no one else for them, as far as they're concerned. And look, they committed to the last person, so you've got that. Let's get the soul truth. On whom am I placing blame right now? A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. Oh, I love this one. Listen to this. A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. Today's soul action, take responsibility on whom are you placing blame right now. Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame and resistance. They don't belong where you are going, only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart, you will be led. Who you choose to invest in and who you choose to obsess over is up to you, isn't it? No one's a victim. You can look away, you can block people, you can call them out for shit, or you can just sit and let it happen, or you can tell yourself that someone's out to get you, versus looking at the whole picture and zooming out. Zooming out really helps, because when, you know, we're egocentric as humans, so we make everything about us and we relate everything to what we're going through and what we're feeling, you know, and that's natural. But then you need to kind of look at what that person might be going through right now, practically, financially. This person is literally like, they're ready to like run off with you. But it's not in a like airy fairy kind of way. Like, they've got the pentacles. They're like, yep, I've got my pot of money. I'm separated. It's all organised. I am ready to invest. They're putting their money where their mouth is. But you're in your power, you know? Life is a series of choices. You've always got a choice. If you've got choices, you've got freedom, right? Galactic harmony. Manifestation flows when your mind and heart are in harmony. Okay, so clear your mind. If you've been ruminating, overthinking, if you've got analysis paralysis, don't. You got told to go with your heart, okay, and to be brave, be courageous. There's no guarantees. There's no absolute guarantees. Sometimes you've just got to give something a go. Okay, if you take it slow, if you don't rush into anything, then you know you've got your get out, haven't you? As soon as you see any red flags, let someone prove themselves. It takes time, you know, and people have to prove themselves. If they're not proving themselves, then you've got your answer, right? You're in control. Okay, can I get anything else for you? So you're going to hear from this person within 3 months. So it's going to be different for everyone, but definitely, I would say before the end of the year, but it could be after. But they're serious, okay? So if you like this reading, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Memberships are going to be starting in the next few weeks because we finally got invited to join the YouTube partnership program. After a year, almost a year and a half, I started this channel almost a year and a half ago, and we've reached 3,000 watch hours. So yeah, memberships will include a more in-depth, like how to read tarot in a very methodical, kind of organised way. Instead of just me telling you the cards that come out as they come out, you'll see them read in a methodical way. And then also there'll be a monthly Native American Indian medicine wheel, which tells you about your connection to spirit right now, whether it's strong or weak, your emotional health, your physical health, your mental well-being. Very, very popular for some reason. I have no idea why. I think people just like that culture, don't they? And then the career education and finance readings, my most popular. Okay, they're going to be like monthly as well on the memberships. So that's why I put those two in. Love readings will remain free, the collective ones anyway. Private readings at £18. I won't be doing extended because these are extended, so like long readings. I've paid for extended before and I've never learned anything more than in the free part of the reading, so I think it's a bit of a swizz that. Okay, so we're going on to Virgo. Let's have a few shuffles. Didn't do that very well, did I? Dropped them all on the floor. Okay, Aquarius will be tomorrow. Aquarius reading will be tomorrow. I do like 4 signs a night, so tomorrow will be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. Tomorrow evening, because I'll be in work in the day. Thanks, Tanya. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in this first week of November 2025 with regard to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards how Virgo's feeling first of all, please. I mean, it could be ASMR, but it would be accidental. Someone said it's very ASMR-y. 9 of Wands reverse. So this 9 of Wands upright. 9 of Wands upright is someone who is the wounded warrior. So each wand, excuse me, each wand represents a challenge. And 9 is near the end of cycle. So this person has been battling for a long time. When it's reversed though, instead of getting all the way to 10, we're actually throwing down tools and we're dropping the burdens. Okay, so Virgo, you've made a choice to drop the burdens when it comes to something that's been quite the battle. You've tried your best, but you're dropping the burdens. The Tower reversed. See, I think if you're going to drop the burdens and stop resisting something, the Tower would be upright. But Towers are major change. Okay, so a Tower moment could be something that you cause in your life. A Tower moment could be something that somebody else causes in your life, or it could be an employer or something in the wider world that causes a tower. If someone said to you, I'm pregnant, that might cause a tower moment. you know, because life's never going to be the same again, whether it's good or bad. It's never going to be the same again, so it's just a huge change. It looks very dramatic and upsetting. Another example of a tower might be an employer saying, "Look, I'm really sorry, but I've got to make you redundant." You know, private investors have bought the company and it's being restructured, and your position will no longer exist. So that is like an outside tower, a tower moment being brought to us by another person. Like our romantic partner could be then breaking up with us, you know, or finding out they've cheated. So somehow, Virgo, you're trying to resist a tower, but towers have to fall. This is a major arcana. It has to happen. It's bigger than us. Now, although it looks really upsetting and change isn't necessarily comfortable, what replaces this tower that's burning and crumbling is going to be like a beautiful ivory, you know, diamond encrusted tower. So it's going to be something much superior. It's going to be superior. Whatever replaces it, it's going to be better, stronger, more sustainable, more valuable. I don't know why you're trying to stop the tower from falling, though. Resistance is futile, guys. I mean, Virgos are warriors, and you are perfectionists and control freaks, right? So, Six of Pentacles reversed. Six of Pentacles upright. You see this woman is trying to give fairly to two paupers, two people with their begging bowls. She's trying to give three pentacles to one and three to the other. When it's reversed, we're not managing to do that. One person's getting priority over the other. So something is imbalanced, something's not even, it's not fair, it's not just. I wonder if you're kind of aware that you've been doing too much. And that's actually the problem, you know, like maybe someone's been like, you're suffocating me, like you're doing too much. You're overparenting, you're overbearing, you're like micromanaging me. Maybe that's the vibe, so you've tried to pull back. I don't know. Let's see who's showing up for you. It's just a sense of like you're trying to drop the burden of like pushing for something. You're trying to resist like something coming to an end, some sort of major change in your life. And you're giving in a way that's like uneven, it's unfair. Or something's not being fair. Something's not being fair. The person showing up for you is in the Hanged Man energy. So they've stopped themselves, you know, they've got their hands tied behind their back, they're hanging by their ankles, they're in suspense, okay, because they don't want to make any rash decisions, they don't want to make any moves that would be too sudden. They want to see things from a different perspective. You know, he's turned himself upside down so he can see things from another viewpoint, see things from another angle, see what everyone else is seeing, or just try to, it's like an open-minded energy. If it were reversed, you know, that would be very stubborn. It'd be closed-minded, like my way or the highway. See, this person quite easygoing. They're trying to see things from another perspective. It's not voodoo, it's self-help. It's trying to understand why you have different connections in your life. What was your part? What was their part? You know? It's nothing to do with voodoo. It's people that have passed on that may be related to you or unrelated to you that create source, the universe, your spirit guides, and they pull the cards, and then I interpret them, and that lets you know what's going on with you and your person, the one that you're dealing with, or the one that you're wondering about, or the one that's coming in the future. There's nothing voodoo about it. Page of Wands reversed. Page of Wands upright is someone who's excited about a new adventure. Wands are excitement, optimism, enthusiasm, adventure. This is someone that's never walked the journey with, a new person before, so they have no preconceived ideas or notions about what it will be like. They're just excited, okay? So when it's reversed, there's a lack of enthusiasm, a lack of excitement, a lack of optimism when it comes to seeing a new person. They don't want new. Justice. So the Justice upright is the major arcana for Libra. The Justice is what's fair, things being brought to justice, things being made fair, things being made right. Something's being made right. As far as this person's concerned, they don't want new. Something's being made right. I don't know anything about eternal dreamless sleep. Do you mean insomnia? Or sleep where you don't dream? So like a lack of REM sleep, because that's poor quality sleep, isn't it? I don't think I know what you're talking about. Six of Swords upright is closure. It's leaving the past behind. These people are getting into their boat and they're sailing towards new territory. Okay, it's water under the bridge. They're leaving their emotional baggage behind and taking what's necessary with them. Only what's necessary. In the outcome, we've also got the Emperor reversed, okay? So the Emperor upright, it's the major arcana for Aries. The Emperor is all four kings, so the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the King of Cups. This is the highest status in the tarot deck, the Emperor, and the Empress is of equal status, the Emperor. The Emperor is someone who's large and in charge. They're in control. They take leadership. They're in charge of an empire, okay? So they're immovable, stoic, brave. When it's reversed, it's like a lack of leadership. Someone's not feeling emperor-like. They're kind of shrinking back a little bit. They could also, as well as shrinking, they could be overbearing. If you think about insecurity, it either means that we hang back and hide away, or we boast and we gloat and we push people around and we become overly domineering. That's another form of insecurity. So I don't know which one it is. Let's have a look. Let's get one more for the outcome. See, they're showing up as a page. So I don't know if you're the Emperor. and you're like the kind of boss in your household. Do you feel like Virgo's a kind of boss energy, to be honest? The Ace of Swords reversed. There's a lack of clarity and confusion, fogginess, confusion, lack of clarity, a weakness, insecurity. I would say that's on your side, because all of yours is like trying to stop an ending, trying to stop major change. And they feel like justice is being done. They're not excited for a new adventure. I don't think they want a new person. I think if you've backed down, they're feeling better about things and they probably want to work on it. Let's get a message from them. I don't know why, but I just feel like the two of you are involved, because it doesn't really make sense that you'd be going through a tower and that you'd have been going through a kind of struggle if you weren't already in something. So I feel like this is about your person. And they're only showing up as a page in the sense that they don't want to be a page. They don't want to be exploring a new person. Does that make sense? Ghosted. I'm sorry I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. Well, that goes with the Hanged Man. You're my favourite. You're the person I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first thought when I have news to share, you're my person. Oh, guys. Will you listen? There's so many things I want to say to you, but will you hear me all the way out? Will you believe me? I think this is you backing down. I think you've got the wind right up because this person pulled back and you thought, shit. My mum's a Virgo, so I know Virgos very well. And bossy. Bossy opinions. Don't tell her I said that. What does this person love about you, Virgo? Your body is a piece of art, and your soul is a piece of heaven. Oh my god, they're obsessed with you. Hi, Angelo. These are collective readings by zodiac sign, just in case you haven't been to the channel before. I don't know if I want to dig. I feel like you're an existing couple, and that doesn't happen often. What I want to do is I want to get you couples advice. Whoops. What's the advice for this couple, please? I mean, this person they want their voice to be heard. Okay, they don't want to be spoken over or pushed around. Adventure. Embark on adventures together. Discover the joy of the unknown. Okay, so advice from Spirit. If this is resonating with you and you are in a relationship that's hit the rocks a little bit, you need to kind of like get out of the house and plan some new things together. Okay, find some neutral territory, and you're probably just getting too much on top of each other, you know? It happens. Transparency. Maintain transparency. Let sincerity shine through every conversation. Okay, so don't try to have an agenda or just be very instructional or judgmental. try to be honest what your concerns are. You know, like, should a particular decision be made, what is your genuine concern? But do it in a way that's, you know, soft. Shield. Find protection and love. Be each other's shield. Yeah, you're not meant to be, like, against each other. It's not a competition. And you're not competing with one another. You're supposed to cooperate, so remember that. Recommit. Reaffirm your commitment after trials, proving love's resilience. Okay, so it's how you come back from stuff that makes a relationship stronger. It's how you compromise, get past things, take a bit of time, park a decision and come back to it when you're feeling a bit more generous of heart. Sometimes things feel like really important to us, don't they? And then something will happen, like you'll get terrible news, or you'll watch a documentary about some sort of tragedy, or you'll see the news, or something will just put things into perspective, and you think, God, what am I breaking balls over here? Like, what am I, you know, why am I like splitting hairs over stuff, or why am I? It's going to make them happy to let them like have the ownership of X, Y, or Z. So why don't I let them do that and have a blissful union instead of wanting to have everything like my way? It's not a competition. We're not against each other. Sometimes what gives you joy is seeing your person happy, isn't it? How's your person showing up at the moment, Virgo? Whoops. That flew out. They're showing up like a peacock, okay? You've got to let the peacock fly. Peacocks, what do they do when they're either when they're feeling threatened or when they're trying to impress, they display their beautiful feathers. Well, the males do. Female animals just do not get it in the looks department in nature. It's the males that have got it all going on. So the peacocks display their feathers, and you know, this person, like, they need respect, they need to be admired, they need compliments, they need space. They're large and in charge, even if they're not, you know, big in stature. They've got their stuff going on and they need that to be respected. Okay. Right, advice for Virgo. Where can I ask for more help in my life? Until we can receive with an open heart, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Today's soul action. Today, ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. In case you do need other people, don't go around pushing people around and belittling people, or like what's the word, like minimizing their importance. Don't do that. Don't do that. Try to inflate people, you know, lift them up, let them be of service, let them help you, ask them for help, give thanks. You know, there's like a continuous message here, because that does damage to people over time. You might have had a bit of a difficult life and thought, well, I've had to rely upon myself, or I have to do everything myself. No, you don't. This person is very capable and it hurts them. Like, you might be projecting something from the past onto them. maybe you're not, but there's definitely a bit of a recurring message here, a recurring theme. Maypole. I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. Yeah, so like you've got to grow your garden. Do you know what I mean? It's no good kind of being nice once and then like you get to push people around after. You got to keep growing your garden, you got to keep cultivating and maintaining gardens, maintaining crops, you know, you've got to maintain and you've got to keep nourishing, put that tomato feed down, you know, like fish and bones, whatever it is. Gardens you can sink a hell of a lot of money into, but basically they're a really good example of how, you know, in the wrong hands, they can become weeds and overgrown and unloved. You know, relationships are like that. I think people think once they've dated and courted a person, I hate that word courted, but you know what I mean, like a courtship, once the courtship's over, like it's just a given. And it's like, it's not just a given. Like, I think that's the biggest mistake you can make. Primal. There's no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. Ooh. You know, sometimes it's like a primitive desire, isn't it, to be like the boss, or if you feel like you haven't got confidence in others, you kind of make yourself more assertive. So try to like remember that you have got confidence in the people around you and let them know that. Pegasus, break free, dear one. Spread wide and far, for you aren't containable. You are limitless. Bonfire. It is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in mighty celebration. Oh my god. That's very much like the end of a season, and not the end of a season even, like the end of a year, isn't it? And the start of a new one. Like it's the time of Diwali, or like the sense of renewal. Yeah, don't worry about this connection, guys. Like it's gonna be stronger. You know what to do. You've had so much advice here. I don't know if I did this one. Loon, intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition, as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Okay, you've had to cop like a fair bit of like criticism here. You loved, okay, like you're very impressive. People really care about you. They do really care about you. Make sure you have time for yourself, because Virgo's like, you know, you hold yourself to very high standards, and I think you leave yourself exhausted a lot of the time. So, you know, mentally as well as like physically, you need to chill out and like give yourself some downtime. And guess what you get more of? When you let other people do their bit and you give a bit more space, give over a bit more control to others, you get more downtime. Right. I'm not gonna get like divine timing because I think you're with this person. I think everything's gonna be fine. I wouldn't worry, honestly. Take care, Virgo. I hope this resonates. Oh, wait. I want to get you one of these. These are nice. Sorry, I've got so many, like, this is Celestial Realms Oracle deck. Ooh, look at that. The Radiant Crown. Wear your crown of worthiness. You are deserving of every blessing the universe offers. Oh, well, there you go. There you go, Virgo. You're an absolute king or a queen, you know. Have mercy. Have mercy on the peacock. Whoever that is. Right, take care. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. We're going to go on to Libra next. Personal readings at £18. My Gmail address is in the channel description, or you can private message me on TikTok or IG. That doesn't go there. Where does that go? Here. They don't have to be love readings as well. You can have a general to just see what comes out. You can have a career, education and finance reading. Any kind of life decisions reading. Stay tuned for memberships. They will be starting in a few weeks. I'm just waiting for YouTube to give me the go-ahead for monetization. They take up to a month to like check your channel content to make sure there's no breaches of the terms and stuff. So fingers crossed that's all good. Don't see why there would be an issue. The channel's only a year and a half old. It's not even that really. I started it at the beginning of the summer last year. Would it be last year? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yes, it's not even a year and a half, is it? A year and a bit. I'm gonna nip to the loo before I start this next one. I need it. It's necessary. Sorry, that's better. Okay, so we're on to Libra. These are collective readings by zodiac sign, if you've just come in. Hi Preetham. Hi Roger. Hi GJMI. Hi Mina. Hi Larry. Okay, so we're on the sign of Libra. The collective readings by zodiac sign, so it's not a live Q&A. You don't put questions in or ask with cards, okay? You watch your sign or the sign of your person or both. Three cards for how Libra's feeling in this first week of November 2025. So Libra, you've got, it's the Eight of Wands, but it came out in the challenge position. So when it's upright, it's fast action, fast progress, fast communication. Yeah, it's forward movement with something we really want. In the challenge position, there could be blocks, delays, stagnancy. You could be a bit fed up with something not progressing the way that you'd like. The Ace of Swords reversed. You may be feeling foggy, unclear, okay, because the Ace of Swords upright is the truth, a confession, clarity, major revelation. When it's reversed, it could be a secret, something we're not revealing, some sort of major, uncertainty, being unsure about something, hiding something. Right, the Strength card. So there's a need to be emotionally strong rather than physically strong. Lions are muscular, they're large, they're apex predators. Their paws probably like the size of my head. Do you know what I mean? They're huge, crazy, large teeth and so dangerous, but there's a need to be not so fiery. There's a need to be emotionally strong, to restrain ourselves, to refrain from outbursts of anger or emotional upset. There's a need to tame the beast. You see that she's trying to calm the lion, trying to control it, make it submit. Let's get 3 for the one that's showing up for you. So you're experiencing blocks, delays, stagnancy, confusion, a lack of clarity, and you're trying to be emotionally strong. Let's see. Look, they've come out as the Empress. Now, it was sort of in the challenge position. The Empress is shared by Libra and Taurus. It's a major arcana. She's the highest status in the tarot deck. The Empress attracts, okay? The Empress does not chase. I'm sure this came out for you last time, for your person. Like they were waiting for you to go to them. To come out again. It's a high value person. They're all 4 queens. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's dealing with earthly matters like bills, mortgages, assets, houses, cars, jobs. They're very good at gifting other people. They like to keep a nice home. They're generous. The Queen of Swords is someone who's strategic, intelligent, logical, a fantastic speaker, a great writer. It's that air energy, you know, being strategic, thinking everything through properly, knowledge is power, that kind of vibe. The Queen of Wands is a go-getter, ambitious, seductive, creates goals, you know, takes action. It's an action-orientated person, fire energy. They know what they want and they set about getting it. Very, very confident, almost arrogant, to be honest. And then the Queen of Cups is someone who's, you know, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, in their feels, emotionally intelligent, patient, understanding, forgiving, very mild-mannered, open heart chakra. See, the Empress has got it all, okay? She doesn't need to chase anyone. She's in her feminine energy. The Empress is to be rescued, you know, she's to be wed and bear lots of children to the person that rescues her. This is her in her power. She's beautiful, but she's abundant. So it doesn't mean that she just has an easy life. It means that she is abundant. She is abundance. So she produces from zero as many times as she needs to. She can regenerate, rebuild. Very, very high value. So it's sort of in the challenge position. So whoever you're dealing with or thinking about is in this like very feminine energy, and they're a high value person, very high quality person, but they're not making any moves. Hence your confusion, I think. In the challenge position, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. So taking stock of the past, what's been cultivated, what's been achieved so far. Like a farmer, you know, standing, looking over their crops, like, what have I yielded? Is it enough? It's a very reflective number, 7. Increments of time, money, and energy. Okay, so that's the challenge, is they're looking back at the past. And then this card was on the floor, and it's the 6 of Wands. Now, this is being noticed, being celebrated, being victorious. It's particularly about gaining attention and recognition from others. I picked it up, but I can't remember which way it fell. Interesting vibe, isn't it, that? It's like this person thinks all of their status is linked to the past. Do they even know who they are now, or like in the future? Ten of Cups reversed. So 10 of Cups upright is a happy family life. Everyone in the household, their cups are full. Each person has a cup, and that cup is full of emotion. They're contented. This person does not have a contented family life. Okay? They're living in the past. It's like a mausoleum in this person's house. How sad if you're like only who you were, only who you used to be. Do you know what I mean? That's not a comfortable place to be, is it? The Temperance reversed It's the major arcana for Sagittarius. It's in the outcome. When it's upright, cups are being poured, water's being poured between one cup and the other to get just the right balance. When you temper yourself, you know, you're getting just the right way, just the right balance. It's kind of like finding control, isn't it? Finding balance. There's a lack of balance and a lack of control in the outcome. This person could be having emotional outbursts. They could be getting depressed. Or that could be you. Because you're not feeling good at the moment, necessarily. But I think, you know, it's like kind of like a worse, more like confusion with you and delays, where with them it's like an unhappy family life. The Star card reversed with the Queen of Swords reversed. Oof. The Queen of Swords can be a divorce card in love readings. It's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay, so it could just be you, but you're showing up reversed. Swords, when they're wielded correctly, can keep us safe. They can demand the truth from others. When they're wielded in a way that's dangerous, they cut us, they cut other people deeply. You know, you can wound and kill. So swords represent communication. It could be blocking someone or using blunt language towards someone, arguing with them. It could be severing contact for good with, you know, like legal changes. So legal proceedings. The Star card was reversed as well, wasn't it? Was the Star card reversed? The Star card is healing. You see that she's, you know, pouring the water back. It's like rejuvenation, cleansing, being replenished. She's bathing in the water. She's pouring it over her feet, and it's like a sense of healing, cleansing, renewal. There's a lack of healing, a lack of cleansing, a lack of renewal, a lack of wish fulfillment. And the Queen of Swords is mad as. I don't know if it's you or them. I mean, they're showing up as the Empress in the challenge position. So that could well be you. Because I don't have like any kind of like court cards or pages or knights or an emperor for you. I have only this Queen of Swords here. So let's get one more. This Five of Pentacles card, my God. It's coming out in every reading. It's like the most depressing card. This is like when you feel a state of lack, lacking time, money, or energy from someone, lacking someone's attention, lacking, you know, being made to feel like a pauper. It's a state of lack of attention, time, or money from someone else. Needing salvation, needing refuge. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it's two people in the snow outside a church that's lit up, and there's coloured stained glass windows, and it's all like looks all inviting inside and warm, you know, and they're stuck out in the cold, so they're trying to get themselves inside for refuge, for salvation. Why is it so cold in here? Let me check the radiator. because the radiator's on 1. Oh dear. I just think, like, you're not getting this person's focus, and it's because they're just stuck in the past. I think it's very frustrating for you. They're very much concerned with people in their household. It could be what's making children sad or down. Either children are sad or down, or this person is. And it's making the children down, or maybe it's all of them. We're gonna have to dig a little bit, aren't we? What went on in the past? Because this person has a family. The family card is out, so they have children. Demanding, unrealistic expectations, high maintenance, diva. If this person, like, okay, like, they're an empress, they're high value, but they could have been used to someone who's quite a big character being in the house. And so maybe they've always, like, been quite passive or in their feminine energy. And they kind of need a presence that's more like that. Whether they're a man or a woman, whether they're 6 feet tall or 4 feet tall, this person is very passive and very much waiting for a larger than life personality to shake them out of whatever they're in, because it's kind of like a mausoleum where they are now. Too much thinking about the past. Deeper waters, step out of your comfort zone and explore new depths. Lone path, needing to take time out or be on your own for a while. Awakening jolt. Oh my god, that's weird, isn't it? From shock to epiphany, embrace the upheaval as a catalyst for renewal. Shards of love, past trauma. Leave scars. Take time to heal yourself. This person, they've lived some sort of trauma, right? And it's to do with the past, and they can't move on from it, and it's really affecting, like, the whole family in a really big way. Hi, Lainey. Sexual protection. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. They've got some sort of like mojo about them. Like they've got a possessiveness about them when it comes to their sort of lustful feelings. But it's like they're separating the emotions from the physical. There's still a possessiveness there, but where's the softness, you know? Where's the romance? Like they're just keeping the sexual stuff and not delving into the emotional stuff. Push and pull, power struggles, imbalance, stubborn. It's a very stubborn person. They're maintaining control by being passive. It's like passive resistance. Scorpio is going to be next. The truth is more complicated than you think. There's a lot going on with this person, isn't there? Look at all these cards stacking up here. Let's get a new contact message, because I don't think there's anything going on between you and this person. Finding myself. It was time I went within to find myself again. I need to figure out what I want out of life. I need space. Oof, you're not going to get an open heart chakra from this person. They're not ready to love again. They're having a total, like, crisis of, like, who they are, what they want out of life. There's so much still looking back at the past. It's unreal. All they would offer is, like, a bit of fun, and it would not go anywhere. If this is resonating, this person completely stuck in the past, and it will not go anywhere, like, other than a bit of fun in the bedroom, because they've gone through some sort of trauma and it's affecting the whole family. So it's like, do you really want to be around someone who's, like, depressed? Do you know what I mean? Because it seems like that's what they could be grieving. I don't know if this is someone who's widowed. It could be someone who's widowed, but their head is in the past, their heart is in the past. Okay. What is it that this person likes about Libra then? Because they obviously, like, they're showing up in your reading, so... Thank you for being so patient with me. So you could have shown, like, a bit of, you know, stayed in contact with them and kept it friendly, maybe, because you recognise that this person just not, you know, in any position to be, like, dating. And they're not, because they would show up as a knight or a page, and they're not. They're showing up as a family person. They're showing up as an empress. You know, they are sat still. And they are just in their thoughts about the past, okay? So, they do value that you've been patient with them. I've got to be honest, like, it must be really bizarre to grieve for a partner, especially if it's a husband or wife, if it's, you know, the mother of your children or the father of your children, to then have sexual feelings for someone again is quite a big step, you know. So they have kind of started the first step along a very long drawn out process, and it's just like they don't know how long it's going to take to, you know, some people never get over it, but they tend to, like, dip a toe in the water and then pull back and retreat, because it kind of brings up a lot of mixed emotions, some good, some not good. And there's a lot of guilt there and stuff like that. I've got some experience of it. It's not direct, but it's indirect experience of it. And then they'll dip like a foot in, and then they'll retreat because it brings up some good emotions, some not good emotions. And there's a lot of guilt, and it's kind of like a bit further each time. But it's like one step forward, three steps back, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be the first person involved with them, because you'll be a rebound. the first 2 or 3 people will be a rebound, so but it's that person just going through a whole process that they're not in control of, so it's difficult, isn't it? Happy Halloween. I'm listening to my guides. So this person could be on a bit of a spiritual quest, you know, over the next year or so. That could really help them, actually. That could really help them to find some sort of peace, and process some really difficult feelings. You know, I really like what's in these oracle cards. I find it really healing. It's tarot card readings, so basically source is made up of people that have passed away, and it could be relatives or just anybody. And I shuffle cards and they come out, and then I interpret what the cards mean. And people that have passed on can see the future, so they can also let you know how someone's feeling. Like if you've got someone on your mind, how does that person feel about you? And are they likely to be getting in touch or not, and what their past traumas might be. Yeah. No, because you wouldn't walk into a church and say it's a bunch of bullshit, would you? You wouldn't walk into a temple or a mosque and say that. Well, I hope you wouldn't. You've just walked into my spiritual place and said that, which is quite disgusting. You can be a skeptic, but you don't get to say things like that. You don't get to say stuff like that in my channel, sorry. If you don't like it, why did you come in? Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. That's like walking into a mosque and then mouthing off that you're not happy about people being Muslim. You're just a terrorist then, aren't you? You just go around trying to traumatise people. You're not there for any good reason. If you don't believe in something, why are you going to someone's place of worship to terrorise them? Stop it. Nasty person. I'm an omnist, so I don't denounce anyone else's faith or religion, by the way. If you're interested in tarot, be present and listen. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to say nasty stuff. If you're not into it, why are you coming in here? It makes no sense whatsoever. Tarot's very useful because you can be honest about how you're feeling and what you're going through. Social media forces you to say that everything's great and only post when something good's happening. And it can really rub salt in the wounds. You know, people don't mean to, but they're kind of like saying, well, look at what great things are happening with me right now. Well, what if things are not great for you right now? How's that going to make you feel? So you come into tarot, you get to see other people who are heartbroken, other people who have just had X, Y, or Z happen to them, and you say, oh my God, that's what's happened to me. And you get to make sense of, you know, why have I experienced a karmic relationship? Why have I experienced someone who's that toxic? You know, and how do I heal? Like, what lesson can I learn from that? You make sense of stuff. It's nothing to do with bullshit. It's nothing to do with the devil or anything like that. It's helpful. It's nice. You read stuff that's healing. You get answers about what's going on with your person. It mostly just really helps. So it's never there to upset anyone or offend anyone. But some people just, I don't know, they like to road rage. Don't hesitate, okay? So, you can reach out to this person, but just know that you're probably not going to get a loving relationship with them. They do appreciate your patience, but I don't think that they could really promise anything happening because they don't really know how they're going to feel. And they might not want to share with you either. You know, they might share with a GP, they might share with a family member, they might not share with anybody. They might go and talk to, you know, their widow or widower. Their widow. Sorry, their deceased spouse. And there's fireworks going on. Let's get some advice for Libra because it's about you. It's not about them. It's very therapeutic. Oh my goodness. It helps me a lot. Tarot. Clarity of mind. Okay. In what form is this person showing up? Swan. Okay, so they're trying to be graceful about this, but they're trying to find calm, trying to find stillness, trying to, you know, swans don't rush about. They're not like running around like an emu, are they? Like, or a road runner. You know, they glide through still waters. This person wants to glide through still waters and they want to come across like that, but they want to be like that as well. They're trying to find peace, you know, and deal with things gracefully. Ooh, Scorpion. Scorpions are very, you know, they live in very arid, hot desert environments. They're like, they've got an exoskeleton. They're very kind of brittle and, you know, they scuttle and they don't need like too much comfort. Every vibration on the ground, they're incredibly sensitive to. You know, any movement from anyone else, they're ready, you know, with that sting if they feel under threat. They're used to going about their own business. It just doesn't feel very. You see, like the sense of reflection as well with the swan looking back at itself in the water. It's like a sense of like a lone vibe, and then we've got this like eagle as well. And this person could be, you know, trying to see things like from a long way off and see what's ahead, try to anticipate. When you look at something eagle-eyed, you know, you've got your eyes on the prey, but it's from a long, long distance away. And they're in control, they're top predator. No one threatens an eagle. I just think this person got so many walls up, so many boundaries, and they're very much trying to live very self-sufficient. I don't see them as like a lovey-dovey kind of vibe, do you? Just very solitary. It's by choice. The solitary by choice. Lion, higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Ooh. I feel like that's advice for them as well as for you, Libra. Maybe you're, you know, a family person yourself. Maybe you have children to think of. Do you really want to take on the walking wounded? You can be a friend to someone, but in a few years, maybe they'll be open to having a relationship, but it's not going to be anytime soon. This won't bring any comfort or stability or fun or frivolity to your family life, you know, in your own home with your own children. So be mindful of that. Name all the things you love. Are you one of them? Today's mantra, I give myself all the love and attention I need. You don't need attention from this person. You've got your sights set on this person and you want progress with them. But when you place such a huge importance on the actions of one particular person, I can only be happy if this particular person ends up with me. I can only be happy if this particular person gets in touch with me. Then you can only be miserable then, can't you? Because it's unlikely to happen. And your happiness shouldn't come from outside of you. I'm not saying you've got to be by yourself forever, but if you keep a balance in your life, if you get enjoyment from different things, if you focus on lots of different things, spread the sort of your happiness across many different things. I'll get it later, Mum. Keep it in its category. Keep it in a certain portion of your wider picture. Don't let it become the whole windscreen. Do you know what I mean? And then you kind of return back to being in control and calm and contented again. And sometimes we choose to focus a lot on a particular person and the outcome of, you know, what we want to be the outcome of our connection with them, but it is what it is and it is what it will be. We can't control it, and this person definitely not emotionally available. I'm going to plug my phone in. Hang on. I told you she's a Virgo and she's controlling. She's annoyed that she doesn't know whether to put the ice cream away or not. But I'm in the middle of a reading. She's a mother, right? So she wants me to eat at the same time as doing this because eating is important. It's the most important thing. Sacrifice. You must find the ebb and flow of life within your very self. Embracing it all is embracing truth. Yeah, sometimes you're going to have like lots going on, and sometimes they're going to be not too much and it'd be a bit slow, a bit boring. And then some stuff appears out of absolutely nowhere. Don't complain about the ebbs, okay? Because sometimes when things flow quickly, it brings certain problems of its own. Ebbs give us a chance to calm down, okay? So find peace in the stillness, don't complain about it. There's a lot that happens in the stillness. You know, this person's healing for one. It's happening behind closed doors, but it's happening. It doesn't mean nothing's happening because you can't see it or you're not feeling it, you know what I mean? Change is the only thing that is constant in life. It just feels like nothing's changing. It feels like nothing's flowing. Celestial balance. Find balance in your duality. You are both light and shadow, perfectly whole. You know, it's okay to like complain. It's okay to feel angry or frustrated that things aren't going how we want them to. That's okay. It's what makes you human. There's an argument in philosophy and ethics that you can't have light without dark. You can't have heaven without earth. Heaven without earth. Heaven without hell. Because one kind of gives context to the other. They each give context to the other. Like, how can you have one without the other? It wouldn't be heaven, would it? If everything was heaven, then it's not heaven. If everything was hell, then it's not hell. You have to have both. They justify one another's existence. So you have to be comfortable with both sides of yourself, Libra. Yeah, you are light and dark. You are balanced. That means you're not always right. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. It's okay to, you know, feel like something's unfair. You can bring about the balance in yourself, okay? You can reset those scales anytime you want to. I know I'm Libra moon. There's a huge like pull towards wanting to be in a relationship, and then when you're in one, you kind of miss being single, and it's like you're always striving for balance in your life. It's a bit of a mad one. And you are an air sign, so you will analyse everything and see both sides, and you are about fairness. You just want what's fair, but this person losing their person, if that's their story, that wasn't fair. So they can't just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? And they don't owe you anything. They don't owe you anything. It's taken me a long time to realise stuff like that. Because when I like someone, I like them and I just want them to like me back. But if their heart's not available, it's not available. Right, so is there going to be new love for Libra anytime soon? Let's have a look. Let's get a divine timing card, because this person is not available. So we've got summertime and around March, so spring, summer, you're going to have someone new that's all into you. Hi Bruno, hi Elliot. Okay, so that's your reading, Libra. I hope it resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost. Support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Individual readings are £18. I'll be starting memberships in about 3 weeks' time. Memberships will include monthly finance readings, that doesn't go there, monthly Native American Indian medicine wheels, which are like a kind of health reading, mental, emotional, physical and spiritual health. Very, very popular, those, and the finance readings are my most popular, so that's why I put them in the memberships goodies. And then I'll do a like how to read tarot as well, like a very methodical one, because I know I explain the cards, but I kind of do the cards that come out in your reading as they come out. This will be like a different approach, very methodical. Yeah, so you'll be able to do super chats, you'll be able to start memberships. There will be ads. I don't have any control over what ads get shown, so Please don't complain about that. I used to like really judge people and be like, oh, why have they got these terrible ads? But you don't get to choose what ads get shown. You get no say in that, so. Oh, I need to check a message. Sorry, there's like some really strange people that have just come in, like 2 people that are just writing rubbish. So I'm just getting rid. I can't understand what your mental state is if you write in vulgar stuff like that. Oh, God help your soul if you're saying vulgar things like that to people, like crude, sexually explicit stuff. You might as well walk into a church, a mosque, a temple and say stuff like that. You wouldn't, so why do you think it's okay to do it in my place of worship? Absolutely disgusting. You know, you were once someone's son. You were once someone's baby boy. And I just can't believe that they would think that you would write something like that to any woman. That's so out of order. Disgusting. I can't believe that you were once someone's baby boy and your father could ever imagine you saying something like that on a channel. That is disgusting. Not gonna repeat what he's just written, but that is absolutely vile. Like I can't understand where your frame of mind is, or where your mental state is at, or your self-esteem. If you're writing things like that, it's just wow, yeah. People let themselves down, they really do. Okay, so we're going on to Scorpio. Okay, so this will be the final sign of this evening. Tomorrow after work I will do, so I'm a full-time high school teacher, I will do the last 4 signs of the zodiac, so it'll be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces tomorrow, okay? I don't want anyone to hang around waiting to see those. There's some, like, really, just really, like, tortured souls on this earth, isn't there? Like, really unhappy, nasty people. Don't worry, because I'm spiritually protected. But, like, I just wonder, like, where your mental state is at to write things like that, honestly. To people that you don't know in a public forum. That's wild, like. I was once like a little child running around a kindergarten that's just written that. It's just like mad to me. Once a little baby. Someone's little blessing. Maybe not. Maybe that's why they're upset with life. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in this first week of November 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Scorpio is feeling first of all, please. The 3 of Cups. Okay, so 3 is a number of community. It's also a card of celebration. In love readings, it can point to third-party situations, okay? Situationships, because when there's 2 people and 2 cups, that's 2 people that have dated and recently fallen in love and it's mutual. When there's 3 cups, that's 3. That's 1 too many, okay? So that's why we say it's a third party, where 2 people are in a relationship and one of them's invited another person into the relationship. Well, they're in a marriage and one person has stepped out on the marriage. I don't think invited is like, yes, they've invited it in, not been targeted by anyone, like it's free will to cheat, but they basically cheated, you know, and got with someone whilst they're in an existing connection, an existing union. So you could be, you don't have to be, you could just be in a good mood and very social at the moment, but you could be in a situationship. King of Wands upright. So you could be married. You could be a fire sign. You don't have to be. Sorry, you're not a fire sign because you're Scorpio, so you're water, but you could have fire in your chart, or you're just showing up in a fire energy, okay? Very passionate. You're not rushing around, okay? You're sitting in your power. A king sits, okay, and sends other people to do their dirty work. Knights travel, they're on the move, they actively date. Kings and queens tend to be married, but they don't have to be. You could just be someone with children, with a home, with a high-powered job. You got some level of responsibility, some level of maturity about you. Very confident, very egoistic, okay? Someone who creates goals and goes for them, an action-orientated energy. So fiery, action-orientated. King of Wands could also be the other man or the other woman. And the 3 of Cups card, I tend to get that. Where it's the person who's in a third party situation. So you could be married or you could be single but involved with someone who is already married. Nine of Wands reversed is dropping the burdens. So when it's upright, it's the wounded warrior. It's carrying on even though something's been really challenging for a really long time. It's like, fine, I'll do it anyway. Just give me another challenge. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, you've become accustomed to it. You're prepared to take it on. When it's reversed, it's like, yes, I was fighting for it for a long time, but now I'm not. Now I'm going to drop the burdens. Okay, so that's a choice to kind of down tools and stop working on something or stop resisting something. Let's see who's showing up for you. 3 cards, please. The Sun card, okay, so more fire energy. The Sun is being carefree, being happy. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it's a naked baby riding a horse bareback, giggling, the sun shining behind it. So it hasn't got a care in the world, okay? That's what this feels like. Babies don't have that kind of ego where they're worried about what their body looks like, or they're worried about mortgages, or they're worried about, you know, X, Y, or Z. They've got no care in the world, have they? Beyond their basic needs, they're happy, they're chilled. So it's about being burden free. This person's quite happy, they're quite carefree. Page of Pentacles reversed. That's interesting, because the Page of Pentacles upright is someone that is on the lookout. They're observing and they're kind of thinking, who do I want to invest in? This is an offer of time, money, or energy. It's usually when we're looking to date. But it's reversed, so this person's not looking to date, okay? They're happy as they are. Or they don't mean to invest, necessarily, okay? Ace of Swords in the challenge position. So someone could be harbouring a secret. They could be confused. They could be about to confess something. Swords are knowledge and communication. An Ace of Swords would be like a confession, the truth, a major revelation, clarity. That's the challenge. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The Sun is the major arcana for Leo, so it could be a Leo that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be. The Queen of Pentacles upright in the outcome. So the Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's one who is a really good provider. Very, very solid option. They like to make money. They like to spend money. They probably have a nice home, nice clothes. Generous. Their love language is to gift. Okay, and it's upright, so they're a good provider. Nice mixture of king and queen, so masculine and feminine energy. Like yin and yang, you know, it's a good balance. If you had 2 lots of masculine energy, 2 people who were trying to take the lead, you clash, right? If you got 2 people who are in the feminine energy and they're both feeling quite passive, you got nothing happening, nothing going on. So one who's a bit more masculine in energy and one who's a bit more feminine in energy, that's a good mixture, it's a good balance. Four of Swords reversed. The 4 of Swords upright is taking much needed respite. So it's like between battles, I'm going to just lie down and have rest my muscles, rest my bones, let my scars heal, get some sleep, because I've got to fight again tomorrow. Yeah, it's much needed rest. When it's reversed, we're restless. We're refusing to rest. Someone's quite restless about something. I wonder if it's this person because they've got like this communication that they're considering It's either thoughts or communication. It could be considering confessing or telling the truth about something, revealing something, or they're about to get some sort of clarity. Well, is that the Five of Swords? Right, so the Five of Swords, it's a long time since that card came out, actually. I was just thinking that. The Five of Swords is when you get the last word in, okay, but everyone walks off in different directions and you don't feel good after. Okay, you might have had the last laugh in inverted commas, but no one's getting on with anyone. Everyone's fallen out. It's division, usually after verbal disagreements. When it's reversed, we're trying to avoid verbal disagreements and division. Someone's very restless. They wish to avoid verbal disagreements and division in the outcome. The Queen of Pentacles is upright, a solid provider. What is the narrative here? So there could have been a third-party situation. You could be sitting in your power and saying, I'm not doing this anymore, with the Nine of Wands reversed. That person's carefree. They're not looking to invest in anyone. Oh, okay. So it was just fun. Was it just fun? The thing is, Scorpios, you're very possessive. You're emotional and possessive. You don't want to share your time with others, and you don't want to share your people with other people, you know? I think you wanted commitment from this person. They're showing up as a page initially, and then they're showing up. But then they're showing up as a Queen of Pentacles. So it's like, have they realised that they do want to invest? Let's get messages from them, because it's a bit of a conundrum, this one. Father wounds. My father is a big influence on my behaviour now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine masculine energy within me and externally. Ooh. See, I've got quite a textbook. I'm not saying we haven't had our fallouts, because we have, but my upbringing, I have a good relationship with my parents. I currently live with them. It's hard to understand what it's like for people who have mother or father wounds. Like, I've known people that have them, and I would say that it's never allowed them to live their life in a way that I don't think they're even conscious, you know, of how it's affecting them until they're at least in their 20s, and then they probably have some sort of automatic behaviours that they can't, it would be almost impossible to change. It would probably take a lifetime's work, you know, to not operate in a kind of way due to the mother wounds or father wounds. This person that you're dealing with doesn't have a good relationship with their father, or lost their father young, or they are a father but they don't feel like they're a good one. It's something like that, because it doesn't mean you're male, the fact that you're showing up as a king. It means you're showing up in a sort of masculine energy. You could be a male, you could be female, I don't know. But they're showing up in a feminine energy as the Queen of Pentacles. Having shown up as someone that, you know, just was confused and didn't really know what they wanted, they may be about to step it up. because they've realised like they're going to lose you. I think they've realised they're going to lose you if they don't step this up. It's what I find odd is they're not showing up as like a Knight of Wands, or they're not showing up as like a Knight of Cups, or it's like they're in their own world, like their own bubble. You know what I mean? Like they're not seeing themselves in relation to others. They're not experiencing life as someone's other half, someone's boyfriend, someone's girlfriend, someone's husband, someone's wife. They're like in this like childlike kind of like abandon, like I'm carefree, I don't want to invest in anyone, or I don't want to invest in anyone new, because it's Page of Pentacles reversed. But then they're showing up as a Queen of Pentacles, so I feel like they're a mature person that has these like deep wounds, and like I do feel like they might step up because they realise they're like, maybe it's like unhealthy the way that they've been being like towards you. What is it that they like or love about you? There is only you in my mind and in my heart. Wow. They hold you in incredibly high regard, like you're very important to this person. Whether that comes across or not, it's the case. I know what I need to do. Yeah, they're going to step up. They're going to be more solid, more secure, more stable, more generous, you know, financially, emotionally, practicably. Earth energy, getting grounded. What's happened in the past and in this relationship between you and them? Because I feel like I'm talking to someone who's involved, a Scorpio that's involved currently with someone that's been like quite avoidant, perhaps. Distant, so far away physically and emotionally, see if you can rekindle the passion again. And that's kind of what I was like alluding to, isn't it? Dawn of recovery. With each new beginning, embrace risk as a gateway to healing and renewal. Yes, we could be looking at a current relationship that's going to receive a new beginning. Oh my god, yeah, it's a runner. It's a runner. An avoidant, someone that runs away. That's because of fear of abandonment, you know, if they never knew their father, if their father killed themselves when they were young, or left home, if their father died when they were young. I don't know, like, I don't know if I just repeated, like, they're just different examples of people that I've known that do have father wounds. It's not to be underestimated, this kind of issue. Very, very difficult because it forms who you are. Reconciliation, guys. Harmony, resolving issues, getting back together. Make it rain, manifesting abundance, legal matters in your favour, unexpected money, promotion, entrepreneur. Guilt, apology, remorseful, ashamed. Oh, I do feel bad for this person. I do feel bad for them. That makes sense, you know, because make it rain. Look, they're stepping it up. They're being a good provider. They're being responsible. You're going to reconcile with this person if you want to. Oh, if you ask, I'll stay. Oh, stop. Right, let's get you advice. Don't be ridiculous. Someone up there saying don't be ridiculous. You can totally sort this out. What animal is this person embodying in spirit? Otter. Oh, otters are so cute and playful. You know, they mature and they become someone that mates. They live around the woodland, but mostly in the water. You know, they're a total water baby. Otters are very tameable. You know, they're very loving, very affectionate. Let's leave it at that. They're tameable. Puffin partnership. Accept yourself and your colourful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Okay. Yeah. This person really wants to step up for you and they're going to. Okay, that's in the outcome. They're stepping up for you. They're being reliable, caring, committed, responsible, okay? Paying the bills, being, you know, mindful of whose birthday it is, being present, making a nice home. Whether they're a man or a woman, they're going to be a good provider from now. So if you want this person and you think they're worth it, you can totally like get help and support. It might take time, it might take, you know, getting other people involved, but it's the reconciliation. It said reconciliation, you know what I mean? Harmony, resolving issues, getting back together. And you are showing up as a king and a queen. I've done that. Let's do this one. Wildcat 4-4. Be still and tune in, for there is something afoot lurking alongside you. Ooh. Tune in and be mindful because there's something afoot lurking beside you. don't know, like, is there someone that doesn't approve of this connection? Is there someone that's kind of like rooting for you two to split up? Because it's none of their business. They shouldn't be doing that. People should be supportive. That's what people do, isn't it? But I don't know, it's a bit of a warning there, but it's not a warning about this person, it's something else, like a troublemaker somewhere. This person all about you. They're all about you. And they have got some issues, you know, there's a reason for their behaviour. It's not like they're just a nasty person. What am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within you. Today's soul action: breathe in your favourite essential oil, inhale deeply into your belly, drop your shoulders and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need and be ready for the answers. Ooh, that's quite deep, isn't it? I wonder if that's joint advice, you know. I think it might be advice for the cross-watcher as well. Look to nature for healing. You already are. Oh. You know, like how butterflies transform? Like the butterfly is like the end of the process, isn't it? It's like the end product. It says you already are. The guiding star. Your guiding star leads you towards your purpose. Trust its light. Okay, so trust your internal dialogue, like your internal compass. What is your gut telling you? What's your heart telling you? You know, look, work on things, and be understanding, you know, be accepting of all that someone is and why they're like that for as long as you can. If you find like it's taking too much out of you, you know, then it's time to stop. You have to trust your own internal compass, yeah? Well, at the moment, someone up in the sky thinks that you're being ridiculous. Both of you, and the two of you will sort this out. I find that hilarious. Okay, take care. I hope this resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel for me. Memberships will be starting in the next few weeks. If you're wanting a private reading, they're £18. You can email me, it's in the channel description, or you can send me a direct message on TikTok or IG. Payment is by PayPal, or I can give you my bank details. Turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours. I do love readings, but I also do career, education, finance readings, general readings, business decisions, health readings, whatever. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow for the final 4 signs. Okay. Night, everyone.